Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, and this is another video of weekly assignment from our director. And for today's video, the topic is still about routing. And in this video, we have to configure Ospf routing using two network device from two vendors, which is Cisco and from Mikrotik. So because Ospf is one of the open standard protocol that common used for today in networking uh, to enable routing or to connect uh, between different network. So Ospf is an open standard, which is we can use Ospf routing protocol either on Cisco router or Mikrotik router or maybe another vendor like Huawei, Rigi, and the others. So in this video, it's all about routing protocol Ospf, but using two networking device from two vendors using Cisco router and Mikrotik router. And this and I already have the topology, so I'm gonna use three routers, two routers from Cisco and the other one is from Mikrotik. And you can see the addresses. This network is 10.10.10.0/30 network, and for this network it will be 20.20.20.0/30 network. And every devices they will have their own loopback interface. For this router 1, the loopback is 111. For router 2, the loopback is 222, and for the router 3, the loopback is 3.3.3.3. And this loopback interface is also will be the router ID for this SPF routing protocol. So maybe that's all the opening, just to show you about the topology and the address about the addressing sim. And now I'm gonna move to the configuration video. Alright, so the first time is to make sure about the console cable. So open the device manager and look at the ports COM and LPT sections, and you can see there is it says COM4. So open the PuTTY app to configure or to remote the device and click open. And if you have a trouble like this, don't panic, just plug out and re-plug in the console cable from your laptop. And afterward, just check, just go to the device manager again. And now you can refresh the configuration or scan for hardware change like this. And we'll see again the USB serial, the COM number is still COM4. And now I'm gonna try it again. Click serial and COM4, click open. Okay, it's successful. Now I'm already on the router, and this is the router 1, so just do the configuration directly. For host name is router 1, and first thing I'm gonna set the IP address for the interface. And here I'm using interface gigabit 00, which is connect to the other router, and IP address in 10.10.10.1. And don't forget the subnet mask is /30, so the port bit will be 252. And give it no shutdown command to activate the interface. Okay, you can see it says up, it means it's already active. Then don't forget to add the loopback interface, and the IP address for this loopback interface is uh, 1.1.1.1, and don't forget the subnet mask will be /32 all to 5 to 55 for loopback interface. And just configure the router Ospf configuration. Here the process ID is 1, and the router ID will be same 1.1.1.1 like the loopback interface. And don't forget to advertise our network for this router 1. The first one is 10.10.10.0, and 0.0.0.3 is the wildcard mask for the subnet mask /30, and the area is area 0 or backbone area. And don't forget to advertise the loopback interface as well with the wildcard mask all zeros, because all the subnet mask is also all 255. And just save the configuration. Okay, I'm done with the router 1. Now let's jump to the router 2, to the next router. It's still using Cisco router, and just do the same thing like before to connect to the router using console serial. Just type it N or no, and then click enter to start configuring the router. Okay, I'm doing the almost the same thing for this router, but first I'm going to see the running configurations. But you can see there are no configuration yet for this router 2. Then I'll name it R2 for the host name. You can either type hostname and enter, or type the hostname, or just host and type your hostname. It's still the same. And this is the interface that connects to the router 1 interface, still using gigabit 0/0, and the IP address for this router is 10.10.10.2 with the same subnet mask, because this we are gonna make it one network point-to-point connections. And this IP 20.20.20.1 is the IP for interface that connects to the Mikrotik router or R3 in this topology. And don't forget to configure the interface loopback like before. Wait, let me check the topology first. Okay, so the loopback interface for this one is 2.2.2 for router 2, and just configure the router Ospf with process ID 1 like before. And then give it the router ID 2.2.2.2, same like the loopback interface. And don't forget to advertise the network. Here we have three network for router 2. The first network is network 10.0 and the second one is network 20.0 that connects to Mikrotik router, and the third one is the our loopback interface network. We have to advertise it as well to make it reachable for other hosts from different network to reach the loopback interface for this router. Okay, wait, I'm sorry. It should be network 2.2.2 with the white mask all zeros and area 0. Okay, and all of the interface is already up. Okay, now the last one, I'm moving to the Mikrotik router. As you can see here, I'm configuring it using Winbox. And first, don't forget to add the IP address for the interface Ether 1, because here I'm using Ether 1 interface to connect to the our Cisco router, and go to the bridge menu and add the loopback interface, name it loopback, and just click apply and OK. Okay, now don't forget to give the IP address for our loopback interface. This one is 3.3.3.3, and don't forget to use the prefix /32 for this Mikrotik router. Okay, now the loopback interface and the Ether1 interface is already configured. And now I'm gonna configure the Ospf. Here I'm gonna use Ospf1 as the name for Ospf instance, and router ID is 3.3.3.3 like the loopback interface. Okay, and the area here is a backbone, which is same like area 0. It's similar, just different of terms. And here I'm gonna advertise the network for this Mikrotik router. So the network, it will be 20.20.20.0/30, and don't forget to set the area as backbone area or like area 0 on Cisco. And the second one is our loopback interface network, and area is still backbone like before. Click apply and OK. Okay, now I'm back to the router 1 to check the connectivity after we configured the Ospf routing configuration. And here you can see I can send a message to router to loopback interface, and this ping message to Mikrotik router's loopback interface, and this ping test to the router 2 network. And you can see the routing table is already filled with the Ospf routing protocol. Okay, here I'm gonna try the connection using from Mikrotik router. Just go to the terminal and ping the loopback interface from router 1, and you can see it's successful. And now the loopback interface of router 2 is successful as well. And this is the IP address for router 1, and it's successful as well. Okay, so we have configured Ospf routing using Cisco and Mikrotik protocols, and it's successfully, and they can ping each other. Alright, maybe that's all for me for today's weekly assignment. Hopefully, it can be useful and it can be easy to understand. I'll see you on the next occasion and on the next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.